It is 6 p.m. in Douala. Thanks and welcome to join me for the 6:15 bilingual evening news. I'm Kejang Henry Atibe. Now we begin with our top stories. SDF strongman Nijon Frundi lands in Bamenda after a long spell. The national chairman, in his usual charismatic outing, met the press on the health of the party and the nation. And Mendong residents in Limbo told to be vigilant as thieves wreak havoc 2 days after Christmas. Criminal investigations have been opened to track the faces behind water meter theft in the residential neighborhood, where some 200 water meters have been stolen from the residential area. And blistering fire sweeps across a supermarket in Yaoundé, roasting an entire production unit. Those were top stories. And welcome to join me. I'm Kejang Henry Atibe for the 6:15 news. The Social Democratic Front chairman Nijon Frundi has finally landed in Bamenda after a very long spell. The national chairman actually met the press this morning, and in his usual charismatic outing, the chairman answered questions on his long absence from his base. Now let's get an abstract of what the chairman said to the press, as gathered for us by our Northwest Bureau Chief Correspondent, Annie Collins.
You really want me to spend my valuable time talking about a man like nature? No, I don't think I will. It's a winning backing dog, backing and going away. If we, for instance, put nature to be in charge of the reorganization in the North, instead of going to reorganize the North, he went into England and was moving there with Joe Weber. That is talking about the Anglophone issue. This has been my cry in this country. That people who are talking about things that affect the people are not with the people, but they stand somewhere and they are talking. What are you talking about? What do you already know about what you are talking about? So nature will tell you that I sacked Joshua. Joshua is not a member of the party again. Go to parliament, you go and remove Joshua's plaque and throw aside. Came in neck when I was sitting, he said, Chairman, Joshua should not sit here, he's been sacked from the party. That's a man who wants to take over the leadership of the party and does not know the constitution of the party.
Well, that was the national chairman, Nijon Frundi, talking there this time on what is presently going on within the party. And of course, the fact that there is a power tussle already, as he has announced that he's going to step down from the party. But then on his long spell, absence in Bamenda, this is what the chairman told the press.
Not hard because I was not available. Not available, not to my liking, but because my health was not very friendly. But for now, the doctors say I'm well, and I feel well. But it will take me time to really recover because I need quite a lot of rest. I had to come here up for this Christmas because I wanted to meet the people.
Well, thanks very much, Annie Collins, for those excerpts there from the national chairman of the Social Democratic Front. We're going to bring you a long plate of that in a subsequent edition of our newscast. And in other news, Mendong residents are in limbo and have been told to be vigilant as thieves actually wreak havoc. A few days after Christmas, the criminal investigations have been opened to track down the faces behind the water meter theft of that residential area. So far, 200 and above methods have been stolen from Mendong residential neighborhoods.
The flames was ravaging from the video taken. It is the production unit of a supermarket situated at the Mendong neighborhood in Yaoundé. That is the kitchen where pastries are done and where the bakery is found.
For now, that's all we know. The production unit is not functional because we lost everything in that unit.
Enormous material damage, but no human life was lost. This, thanks to the timely intervention of the forces of law and order, the firefighter squad and population. But the origin of the flames, the focus of the ongoing inquiries.
Actually, we cannot tell for now since we are still working on the causes of the fire outbreak. So we still have the police and everybody is still trying to do inquiries on what actually happened yesterday.
A supermarket, which was not in any way affected, opened her doors this morning.
The supermarket is functional, it's open, we are receiving clients, we have people that were anxious to come in and have their products invoiced and everything, so the supermarket is working fine.
The fire created the panic that goes with such, but the harm was not that much, especially as this other section was not touched. It is operational and at the service of the population at the Mendong neighborhood.
We are very sorry for that mix-up there. Beatrice Ngamo reporting there on the blistering flame that swept across a supermarket in Mendong. But then we remain still in Yaoundé as criminal investigations have been opened to fish out the faces behind water meter theft in the residential area of Mendong, still in Mendong. And like we gathered, 200 or more water meters were stolen from that residential area.
The actors target big and sure. The whole Mendong Kangsik, with about 10 buildings, none is having meter for potable water supply. Floor after floor, building after buildings, over 200 meters stolen on the night of December 25th, breaking 26. It was on Monday morning, from the long rest of Christmas Day, that the tenants realized the taps are not flowing because the meters are not there.
It's a whole network, well organized, because you can imagine that they come and pull out meters in the whole neighborhood like this, and nobody saw them. It's a group of people who are determined to steal and to make use of the bronze, something that is in the water meter.
Disturbing to the tenants, consumers, as the timing very bad.
I don't know what to do now because we don't have salary now to buy another meter. They will write and send in snake that they should sign that they have stolen the meter. Then I can connect it direct.
Water Utilities Corporation says they will notify hierarchy in the fastest possible means and try to help the subscribers.
But again, we advise everybody to try and secure his or her meter.
Damage will be borne by the clients and corporation alike because it is enormous.
Because we are going to lose a lot of water in terms of meter cube, the number of meters that have been stolen. Some people try to go connect directly. So if we get that, it means that you're frauding and you're going to pay for that.
Their wish is to get hold of the network of supposed thieves, as this is coming after that of the Chinga and Obili neighborhoods, still here in the capital city.
Thanks, Beatrice Ngamo. And to move about to the north region of the country, where a hauling mill to ease rice processing has been inaugurated by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Gabriel Bairobi. Prior to the inauguration, those farmers used to cross over through the Federal Republic of Nigeria to haul their rice. Videos with more details from Aisha Buba. By Morindi and how a hauling mill has been installed or inaugurated in the north region of Cameroon to facilitate the hauling of rice by farmers.
This is Toujours, one of the localities in the north region with huge agricultural potentials. Alongside maize and millet, rice is widely grown by locals. Their major hindrance is the absence of mechanized system where processing is done on the spot. The absence of machines forced them to drift to neighboring Nigeria for the processing of their most cherished grains, the paddy rice. After years of misery, they finally got a solution to their thorny path. A hauling mill to remove husk from the grains with minimum damage to the grain layer, as far as possible not to break the grains, has been made available to the rice cultivators. The hauling units will serve as a booster in terms of rice production in the locality. This will also solve the age-old threats linked to food security. The hauling unit was inaugurated by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development. The inauguration of the hauling unit, according to experts and local population, marks another step revamping the rice sector. Rice cultivators were told to push for better yields and productions by working extremely hard and innovating at each stage.
Well, thanks, Maureen. We'll move over to stay in the Mayoluti division, where the security situation is very preoccupying, and the administrative authorities are actually reviewing strategies on how to boost security in that part of the country. Once more, Maureen.
Mayoluti division in the north region is bordered by two neighboring countries, Nigeria and Chad. It is a vital corridor for circulation of goods and persons, ensuring their safety. Though adaptable strategies remains the main challenge of the divisional coordination, works are flanked off in Gidye with an objective of reviewing past strategies for effective implementation. In attendance is the SD of Mayoluti, Dio of Figil and Gider, and Mayor of Olu. Security officers identified as part of the problem are being scrutinized. The goal here is to see an innovative plan of action for 2023. The mayor of Mayoluti took advantage of his geographical position to expose problems linked to insecurity. The population on their part were cautioned to be more resilient and more collaborative so that the question of insecurity is effectively addressed.
Maureen reporting there, and we move over to Yaoundé, where the inhabitants of the Etudi market or Etudi neighborhood, precisely at the Etudi market, can now boast of having constant water supply with the implantation of water pipes. But then this process has actually disrupted movement to and from the Etudi market. And ICCR says, well, though it is a good initiative, it goes to bear with all the hurdles.
The anger that has been reigning here between pedestrians and roadside vendors following the road blockage as a result of these ongoing construction works at the Etudi market roundabout in Yaoundé. It is the survival of the strongest, the weak, capable of spending 30 minutes at the spot. Not only has the work engulfed the whole road, the pedestrian tracks have been occupied by stubborn traders, exchange of words every now and then.
Je dis tu es en route. Ce n'est pas une boutique. Ce n'est non pas le marché de la boutique, c'est à l'intérieur. Vous êtes en route.
J'ai dit que les gens sont mal organisés les travaux. Regarde un peu comment ils sont là. La route est là, les vendeuses sont là. Ils bloquent aussi là où il laisse un petit espace. On passe comment là? Ça ne va pas.
Even truck pushers are forced to carry their wheelbarrows on their head to move across to both ends. The market situation equally affected not only by the ongoing works to implant water pipes, but also the dilapidated state of this stretch of road.
As you can see, we are really suffering because of the state of the market. But by God's grace, we still have something to put in to feed our families.
Despite the inconveniences, inhabitants have lauded the development initiative, but expressed fear of a possible abandonment.
No, after the work, if they don't fix the road maze, everybody will be disappointed. So not only me, everybody will be disappointed.
And with the four axes completely cut off from vehicles and motorbike circulation, the market men and women have adopted alternative measures of transporting their goods while waiting for the completion of the works.
In Chad, drawing the cuttings there for this edition of the news, in which you got information that the SDF strongman Nijan Frundi finally lands in Bamenda after a long spell, and the chairman actually used his opportunity to address the press on his long absence, which he says due to ill health and, of course, on intra-party strife. I've been Kejang Henry Atimbe, thanking you for the faith. Goodbye. Canal International.